Obviously, that's not detrimental at all, so that's just a annoyance mostly. And luckily, there was no one behind me. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So good afternoon, everyone. Another FSD 12.5.4.1 drive. Short drive in the city while I run some errands. I'll do some testing along the way. We're here in Berkeley, California. Today is Sunday, October 20th. So we don't have a no turn on red here, so technically we can turn, but FSD decided not to. Possibly because there was a pedestrian standing right on the corner right there, right on the sidewalk. So FSD 12.5.4.1 is the current wide release for all cars, except for Cybertruck. Cybertruck's got 12.5.5, I believe. And a select few testers have 12.5.6. So here we go. So the next the next major wide release is supposed to be 12.5.6.1. That is supposed to go out to all sexy cars. And for those who don't know what sexy car means, it's the S3, X, and the Y cars. So that will include the end-to-end highway as well. So finally, with that version, we're going to get a full stack FSD neural net that includes city and highway. So let me edit my trip here and continue on. So relatively easy left turn. Not much traffic or pedestrians to contend with. So Sunday afternoon is usually a quiet day in this part of town, so I don't expect much to happen here. Expect a relatively easy FSD drive. So we arrived at the same time, so FSD took the initiative to proceed, which is great. Another four-way stop here, no issues, let's go. So I'm on the average setting without minimal lane change enabled. So no stop sign here, FSD stopped. So obviously we'll try to intervene as little as possible or not at all, if possible. So with 12.5.6.1 end-to-end, I don't think there's going to be much issues with highway driving. Highway has been relatively good even with the old stack, with the V11 stack for the highway. Mostly easy driving, straightaways, so we'll see how that goes. We have a bicyclist up here, and we have an oncoming car, so we're sort of on the double yellow line to give room to the bicyclist, which was great, because the oncoming car had plenty of room. So bumpy roads here, so apologies for the shaking of the camera, and also the bumpy noise. So we'll again edit my trip to continue to the next waypoint. Some cyclists on the other side and pedestrians crossing on the zebra stripe. Looks like there'll be more pedestrians crossing. Okay. This guy's got doors open, 2 doors open. FST navigated around that without issues. Pedestrian crossing outside of the crosswalk. doesn't bother FSD at all. And we have some pedestrians crossing here, and we need to make a left turn at this three-way stop. It's a T intersection, so three-way. The left turn that we need to make, we have a car and a pedestrian. Well, that handled that well. Yep. Very natural, very human-like. Obviously, when the pedestrians moved at least halfway through, and then the car moved out of our way, FSD started to move forward and execute the turn, so that was great. So we don't have a stop sign here, but we do have a pedestrian crossing, and FSD predicted that crossing, so that was great. So it slowed down and allowed the pedestrian to cross. So FSD handled that very well. So again, the bumpy roads here, hopefully that's not going to interfere with the audio in the video. Four-way stop, no issues here. Pedestrian is so FSD was thinking, so there was two pedestrians, one to our left and one to our right, but not in our way, so FSD stopped for a little bit and then proceeded once it was clear. So we're going to be heading up this road here, which is going to be a little bit twisty and turny. So let's see how FSD handles it. Acceleration a little bit quick for my taste. And now we're maintaining a good speed, so 22 at a 25 zone. So the roads are twisty and blind spots, so it's maintaining in our lane. So that was great. No issues there. We have a left turn and handled it a little bit of hesitation there. We have this car sticking out, so FSD moved over a little bit, so that was good. So I felt FSD actually physically touch the brake pedal. I guess the regen wasn't sufficient to stop the car. So we have a roundabout here. We're going to go straight, so we have a stop sign, and I think only traffic from directly across traffic does not have a stop, but everybody else has a stop, so we'll see how it handles this. So we have a car in front of us waiting to enter the roundabout, so that's good. Okay, so we're clear. So we have a car to our right who's entering the roundabout as well, so that should be fine. Okay, so we should be signaling right here, which we did, so that's great. And perfect. So last time I went down this road with the earlier version of 12.5.4, I experienced phantom braking, so let's see if we encounter that here. So we have the right signals on, but we don't need to turn, so right signal off, so we're heading straight according to the navigation. So the phantom braking was right about here, or the next block. So no phantom braking yet. I think it was actually on the next block, so we'll see after this light. So we're trailing cars, so we may not experience phantom braking. Okay, so this car is needing to, okay, FSD handled that well, sort of went around it slowly. I was going to wait to enter another waypoint at this red light, but it turned green. So we're entering a school zone here. It's Sunday, so there's no school. Speed limit is 25, so we're well in the speed limit. So let me see if I can add a point here. Let's add that. Okay, so immediately reroutes to proceed to the new waypoint, which is great. And the reason why I did that was because this street is going to be a little bit more traffic. Just wanted to get onto this street right here to give FSD a little bit more of a challenge. It's handled everything great so far. Okay, right on red, which is legal here. So Berkeley needs to fix its roads. All of this potholes and cracks in the road, really horrible. Okay, even though this is a busier street, there's still not much challenging FSD right now. So just to recap on the ride so far, so we did have one stop at the intersection. FSD treated it as a four-way stop, or at least a stop sign, when there was no stop sign. So that was the only thing. Obviously that's not detrimental at all, so that's just an annoyance mostly. And luckily there was no one behind me. Okay. Oh, okay. So just as I was saying that FSD handled that, I only had an annoyance. So right there we saw that FSD slammed on the brakes when the light just turned yellow. Could have very comfortably gone through. And then when it stopped, there were pedestrians who were waiting to cross the street. And it didn't stop for that. It proceeded to go, even though it was a red light. Pedestrians had the green right away. So it slammed on the brakes for the yellow light, and once it made the full stop, it proceeded to go on a red light with pedestrians crossing. So that would have been a major critical disengagement there. Well, I did disengage, but that's a major issue. One, because it attempted to cross the intersection on a red light, and two, because there was actually pedestrians already moving to cross. So again, we are back on this road. I'm going to manually take over to get back on this busy street to our next waypoint. So the pedestrian pointed at the light. Obviously, that was not good. So I'm manually driving now until I get back onto this road. Okay, clear, and re-engage. So speed limit, it says 16. Let me bump that up to 25, which I think is the speed limit here. There's car backing out. FSD is stopping. Okay, so it looks like the speed limit is 20 right here, but I'll leave it at 25. So yeah, as I was saying, that it's been a breeze for FSD so far. We ran into that disengagement immediately. So that was not scripted. Obviously, I can script something like that. FSD was engaged. Car backing out. FSD slows down. Great. Putting it back into chill mode if we're not there. So we have a yellow and it's smoothly coming to a stop, which is great. So again, back to that incident. I think FSD should have just gone through that yellow because it just turned yellow, but it ended up slamming on the brakes. And not being dramatic about slamming on the brakes, it literally was a very abrupt stop. So edit trip, remove, continue. Okay, so that was my bad. I edited the trip too late, and it was going to go to that waypoint. Okay, I've got the max speed set at 25, and because there's traffic to our right in that intersection, FSD slowed down, which is good. I think that's a very natural thing to do. So 1 disengagement so far, 1 annoyance, so 2 incidents. I don't know if incidents is the right word, but 2 items to note down for this drive so far. Okay, so bicyclists cross the road on the other side. FSD slowed down, which is fine. All right, we have a left. We have to make a left. Oh, I guess we're not turning left here. That's fine. So we'll go straight. Slow down in the intersection, which is great. And we're going to make a left at the stop sign. So we have a bicyclist to our right. Sufficient room for both of us. But FSD is driving safely and letting the bicyclist have the lead, which is great. So bicyclist is making a left. So are we. So let's see. So she's got a bike lane, so I don't think there's going to be any issues here. Okay. Whoa. Alright, so we got bicycle to our right. I wouldn't have gone as quickly as FSD did there, especially with two bicyclists on the road, sharing the road. In terms of technicality, nothing was technically wrong, but it's just the comfort level for the folks around us. Okay, so we've got the bicyclist here on directly to our side. Yeah, which, okay. So I'm going to end the trip and take over here.